Okay, guys, so we've had a phenomenal time hearing about all the success stories, and had a great time, listening to all the individuals who, getting their product for free, and how to get your product for free, and how to succeed. We do need to keep in mind, this is a business, and it is regulated. There's rules, there's regulations, not only set forth by Salas, but set forth in the industry in general. Then there's some personal rules that you guys need to keep in mind. So we're going to go through the compliance section. Honestly, this is probably the worst thing to be training on because nobody likes to hear it, but it's something that has to be heard. I'm usually the fun guy that gets to hang out with John Fletcher and Chris Mulligan and do all the cool things. I get to do compliance. All right, so what is it? When I think about compliance, there's two things. You got compliance and you got ethics. Your compliance is not doing the wrong thing according to the policies and procedures. So if you want to stay in compliance, do what's right. They wrote these procedures, they wrote the policies for you guys to follow. Read them, look over them, and understand them. Ethics. Ethics are what you do personally. Do the right thing all the time. Do the right thing for your customers. Do the right thing for your promoters. If something doesn't feel right, if something doesn't seem like it's legit, don't do it. Ask somebody. Talk to somebody about it. At our National Success Training, they talked about some new procedures that are going to roll out in April. I haven't seen anything yet, but you're going to get some sort of, I'm sure it's going to be a click accept type thing that you would get, when you first enrolled as a promoter in the first place. You get an accept box. So it's my understanding that could roll out. I don't know the date. They didn't tell me. They just said in April. So make sure you read it. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so this can be a very touchy topic, and you guys have all heard of, when you're in this type of business, network marketing, multi-level marketing, you hear the term pyramid, you hear the Ponzi scheme, you hear the scam, you hear all these things that bring you down, that make you think that you're doing something wrong. There is a difference between a pyramid and a multi-level. First of all, a pyramid is a fraud and an illegal organization. They are illegal. So you can get in trouble for being in a pyramid. They primarily get paid for enrolling others. So we talked about earlier you getting that quick start bonus or that fast start bonus for enrolling a new promoter. You do need to work on getting new promoters because they bring you customers. But understand, if your primary purpose is to enroll a promoter to get that $130 and then you don't do anything with that promoter, guess what? You're falling into that category. Okay? They don't sell legitimate products, and eventually they're going to collapse. So the way a pyramid works, a guy sits at top, he enrolls all these people, and he gets paid off them all, and then he steps away. And he walks away with a big pocket full of money, and everybody that's underneath him is out because they got nothing to sell. An MLM, a network marketing company. It's direct sales to a consumer. It's what we do. We're promoting a challenge. We're encouraging customers to use a product to support their challenge. We're networking. We use product distribution, and we can survive with customers alone. So if you're an individual who's just phenomenal at getting customers, but you can't seem to nail down that promoter, guess what? You can still make money. There's still an opportunity to make money. So that's just something to keep in mind when people start saying, oh, you're in one of those pyramid things. No, there's some differences between a pyramid and a network marketing. You take a picture before I hit the button?
Yes, please.
Come on, Mary.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, good deal. Okay, so one of the more recent things that has come out, and right now this is actually just a Visalis rule. Nick Sarnicola had indicated that he would expect this to expand into the entire network marketing organization. You cannot promote two network marketing organizations at the same time. So, I'm just going to throw out names or companies because I know I've got the bags at home. 31. You can't do 31 in Visalis. Avon, Mary Kay, any other network marketing company you cannot do with Visalis. Okay? This is a Visalis rule. It's not network marketing across the board, but they're expecting it to at some point. So if you're currently doing one of those, you probably need to figure out which one you're gonna stick with. All right, 90-day right to enrollment. The new policy reads, promoters who bring prospects to a live ice house event has a 90-day right to enrollment. Prospects should not sign up with another promoter during these 90 days. So what does that mean? You bring a customer to a challenge party, 10 days later, somebody else approaches that customer and says, hey, we'd like you to come to a challenge party and promote with us. Guess what? That customer is this person's promoter. If you brought them in, you have a 90-day, it sounds bad, right to that enrollment. Okay? I mean, I don't want to say you own that person, but in a nutshell, that person is your promoter. Okay? If that person, because people do have the opportunity to make their own decisions, decides, I don't like, and I'm just going to use, Mecky and Alinda. I don't like Mecky. I want to work with Alinda. Okay, that's fine. They can make that decision. But that individual that makes that decision must be ready to tell Mecky, I don't want to work with you before you sign up with Alinda. Okay? If Alinda signs up this promoter knowing that Mecky approached them first or invited them to that party, Alinda's out of compliance. This isn't ethics, this is compliance. And as a compliance violation, we'll get to the consequences, as a compliance violation, they can be very, very serious. Okay? No false claims of income. It's easy. We tell our stories. I got a BMW in 37 days. That's awesome. Chris got one in 35 days. Melissa's got one in 34 days. Somebody else said 29 days. That's awesome. You can't say, though, that that's common, because then you've got ones that took 4 months. You've got ones that took 90 days. You've got ones that took 7 months. So you can't make a false claim of income. You can't guarantee anybody, if you get started, I guarantee you're going to get your money back in a week. You can't. Because if they don't and they turn you in, you're out of compliance. No switching teams, including from one leg within a larger team to another. You enroll with somebody, and I'll just use Rachel and Christy for example. I'll use myself and Christy for example. I signed up under Christy, Fletcher. Christy and I stopped getting along. I can't be placed under Alinda. I can't switch teams. Okay? You can only be placed within the leg that you're in downward, if that makes any sense. Spouses. I don't know if it's on the next one or not. No. Let's talk about spouses real quick. If I sign up, if I attend a party at Mecky, and I go to Mecky's party, and I don't sign up as a promoter that night, and Rachel, my wife, my spouse, goes to a party at Alinda's, and Alinda asked Rachel to promote, Rachel cannot sign up under Alinda. Rachel is my spouse, which means she's tied to Mecky. Does that make sense? Okay? We are one. Like it or not. We are one. Okay? And we can also not, me sign up here and she sign up there. Now, boyfriend, girlfriend, that's a different thing. I'm not going to say this is the brightest thing to do, because if you guys ever get married, you're immediately out of compliance. Okay? So you guys, right. If you guys are seriously going to run, one business out of your household, figure out whose party you're going to go to, and you guys sign up as a team under one individual. Does that make sense? Okay.
I have a question.
Oh boy.
This is for promoters, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I have a situation where I have a customer who is under me and her husband is under someone else. She's a customer and a promoter, but her husband is a customer.
The customer doesn't matter. No.
She's a promoter.
She's
She's a promoter.
If she won't turn them into compliance, then it's fine.
Right.
They have to be turned into compliance in order for compliance to be even forward. So for example, if...
Yeah, her husband should probably just stop and go under her. I mean,
We've tried.
we're right
We've
there.
tried.
That's between them, but it's even with the 90 day, even the
Gotcha.
90 day rights, the only way you're out of compliance is if that person turns you in.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Okay.
but if they turn you in, you're out of compliance.
Yeah. So, let's just talk ethical, for example, everything we've talked about for now is compliance. You can actually get in trouble. When I start thinking, compliance will get you in legal trouble. Screwing up ethically, you get beat up. That's, because now you're messing with somebody's, potential livelihood. You're messing with, their customers. If there's someone else's customer, leave them alone. If there's somebody else, another promoter that has said, hey, yeah, I've talked to so-and-so about this, I was at that party, leave them alone. Help them get into the business or help them get in, with that person, help them out. The only exception is your immediate family, and that, kind of makes sense. Before enrolling anyone, always ask yourself, would you want this done to you? If you're impacting another promoter, if you're impacting another customer, it's as simple. Do unto others as you want them to do to you, So, products, don't make any claims, we've talked about this. We can't claim it cures diabetes, we can't claim that it cures cancer or anything like that. You can't make those claims. You can give a story that says this is what happened. Encourage them to use their doctor for questions. Never indicate anything is a cure. So you guys have all heard a lot of those before. Why do claims matter? Oh, income and product claims are bad. We are closely scrutinized by the government. Network marketing has had a bad name over the years. But we want to be safe. We don't want to make claims that could potentially be false. Online stores, retail stores, you guys have seen this before. I've heard this a million times. I can buy this cheaper on Amazon. I can buy this cheaper on eBay. Well, guess what? It's out of compliance. It is illegal. They cannot do that. An online store must be registered and approved before going live. Products must be sold at the suggested retail price. So instead of the $49 bag of shake mix, you're selling a $68 bag of shake mix. Products cannot be sold from a shelf in a store, but can be ordered online. And you can't offer free shipping. So, just give you an idea. Here's what happens. People on eBay, people on Amazon, they get their free product and they turn around and they sell it for cheaper because they can. That is out of compliance. If that same individual had a link that said, check out my website on Amazon or on eBay, and it connected them to their own mybuy.net and the person ordered, you're fine because you haven't done anything wrong. But if you're selling it out of a store, out of your house, anything like that, and you're charging the $49, you're out of compliance. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Consequences. You can get your distributorship pulled. And just so you know, if your distributorship gets pulled, every one of your customers, every one of your promoters goes up one level. So you lose all that. You lose all future income. Fines. You can be fined. Whether it's government, whether it's by Salis, you can be fined. Loss in the faith of the company. It creates a company-wide issue. This is how these pyramids get accused. This is how these scam gets created. This is how network marketing and multi-level marketing get a bad name. And you'll lose faith in yourself. Or people lose faith in you. You may lose faith in yourself too. But all the individuals you've talked to, everybody that you've brought into the business, every customer that you've brought on board, when they hear you've had your distributorship pulled, all that faith that they put in you is gone. I think that is it.
Awesome.